Hey ladies, I am Nicolia Williams and I'm a personal development coach, and I wanted to come and share with you about harnessing your strengths. So a lot of times people stay stuck in fear. They overwhelm themselves with all of the reasons and the things that they can't do, but what it really is, the bottom line is always because it's coming from a place of fear. So a lot of times these people are overwhelmed in fear. They think of all the things that could go wrong. They think of all the reasons why they don't qualify for it. They overwhelm themselves with that and they stay stuck or they stay stagnant. And then they spend the next 80 years living the same life over and over and over again. And then they wonder why they're unhappy. And so a lot of times when I talk to my clients and I reach out to them, and we're processing through some of those limiting beliefs, those mindset blocks like fears and stuff, we talk about where those fears started from. And so maybe you saw somebody close in your family fail at doing something. Maybe somebody close and near and dear to your heart told you that this wasn't something you'd be qualified for. There could be various reasons. But the truth is, fears are based on false evidence appearing real, right? That's what fear stands for. We don't always know what could happen. Maybe somebody did fail. That doesn't mean it's going to be you. Maybe that person close to you doesn't think that you're qualified for that, but they don't really know all your strengths. And so it's really important that you overcome those fears and try not to become consumed in them. So one of the things that I do with my clients when I'm working with them is I do a strength finder. So I have my clients identify their top 3 strengths. Maybe their strengths are time management. Maybe it's organization. Maybe it's punctuality. Maybe it's determination. Maybe it's helping other people. Whatever it is, your goal is to find your top 3 strengths. Now, a lot of people feel like this is really challenging. They'll name like one thing, like, I'm good at parenting, something that they've heard somebody say. It's really important that you identify your strengths and you hold tight to those strengths, because without you understanding them, you're always going to struggle in certain areas. So one key strategy that I use is I have people reach out to those close to them and ask them what are things that they're good at. Now, there may be people near and dear to you that think, oh, you're great at cleaning, but cleaning isn't really your strength. That's not really your strong suit. It's not something you're truly interested in. It's still good to get feedback, but all that does is inform your decision on you deciding and narrowing down what you feel like are your biggest strengths. So that's the first step, is identifying your first 3 strengths or your top 3 strengths. So again, you could reach out to people close to you, but again, the final decision comes with you. You must recognize your strengths. You must believe in them. The second thing you need to do is for each strength, you need to identify a time that you showed it. So for example, one of my strengths is determination. I remember having my oldest daughter when I was in my my 3rd year of college, and everybody around me kept telling me I was going to drop out of school because here I am, I'm young, I'm pregnant. I wasn't married. So all of these things. So I could have used that and I could have just, fallen victim to that and then never graduated college. Or I could have harnessed one of my strengths, which was determination. And I was determined, 2 things, determined to prove everybody wrong. And I was determined to graduate. And so I harnessed that determination and allowed that to give me the momentum to then graduate. So for each strength, you want to identify the areas where you show that last. Okay. That's really important to start reflecting on them, because a lot of times we forget about our strengths because we're not thinking about them. We're not thinking about how they've applied in our life. We're not thinking about how they've benefited us in difficult situations. But when you really have to reflect on that, that kind of gives you a sense of like pride or happiness or being proud of yourself, which we all deserve to feel. The third and final steps to harness your strength for success is you want to identify now those 3 strengths, how they can help you at reaching your goal. So again, determination. When I was ready to write my book, I had all these things going on, right? I was an entrepreneur. I had a full-time job. I was going through a divorce. So I had all these things going on that I could have, again, fallen victim to and been like, oh, I'll never publish that book. I'll put that on the back burner and it probably will never happen. Or I could have harnessed that determination that I have to prove that I can work through all those difficult times, that I can still accomplish goals even though I'm going through trials, that I can still balance everything because I'm still determined to reach the end result. And so you want to identify the ways in which you can use those 3 top strengths to reach your success on the specific goal that you're wanting to reach. Maybe you want to save money and your skill is determination as well. So you are determined to cut back costs, and that's how you're going to reach your money goal. However that looks, just start jotting that down. And then this is something that you will want to reflect on. I say daily. A lot of people think that that's really tedious, but I know when I was going through that and I was constantly reflecting on my strengths, it encouraged me. It built my confidence, and more importantly, it built my courage. And it just let me know that I was able to really do anything that I put my mind to, which I feel like is so important. Yes, in life we're going to make a ton of mistakes, but the important thing is that we learn and grow from them. And through our trials and errors and through our days, we have learned more about ourselves. I know I personally have. I wouldn't have learned about my skill of determination unless I had things that were trying to tackle me or push me down or get me, pushed to the side. But that's how I learned about my skill of determination. I learned about my skill of organization because I was juggling 50 million tasks and wearing 30 different hats that I didn't know how to balance it all. But now I know that I'm wonderful at balancing and organizing because I went through that trial. So stop being so mad at your failures, your trials, your errors, and all of those things, and embrace those and think about the things that you have learned, the things that have been strengthened in that process. So I'd love to hear the comments below if you're brave enough, bold enough to let me know what your top 3 strengths are and how you will use those to reach your next goal. Please feel free to comment below. I'm looking forward to the results, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Continue with clarity, guys.